Hello everybody, it's Lindsay from the Vintage Button. I'm just sort of getting myself situated. Even though I've been sat here, I stand up to switch the camera on. So today I had a look on my little list and I have another stash builder out of, the ubiquitous book page. Paper bows. Now, I did do a very quick sort of half page. Where did I put it? It's here. So this is my booklet turned into a book journal that's got ephemera from swaps in, but I'm adding my own ephemera in as well. And I've done this little page. Like, I kind of started it. I need to do some other bits and pieces. And I've used one of the paper bows. Excuse my messy fingers, but I have been crafting. And that's sort of an example of what you can do with a paper bow in your journal. And it doesn't add too much bulk. A little bit of bulk is okay. But there we go. That's the paper bow. So we're going to make them. And they are so easy. And you can make them neutral. You can get different, various shades of book page. But I thought I would paint some, add some colour. So I think you can hear family noise in the background, but that's okay. There we go. So they're very easy. I'm going to run through it a couple of times just to show you what to do. So I just went to town and I painted loads of this dictionary paper. I have loads of dictionaries and I have two. This one's a large print one, which I probably will use for taking out particular words. There wasn't any words I wanted on these pages. And then I have another white one that's a bit older, that's just, I think it's just N, so it's like from a whole encyclopedia type dictionary, that's more tissue papery than this. This is a bit thicker, but it's still thinner than your average book page. So you kind of want page that you can manipulate, so not the very thick cardy stuff. It can be a bit tissuey if it's got some integrity to it, but you want that. Should we do a different colour? Because we've got two purple and two green. Let's have a look. And I just literally went to town and I painted some. We can do blue. Let's do blue. I painted them. I'll put the heat gun on it because I started it all after I finished work. If I was clever, I would have done it this morning before I started work and then it would have all been dry. Although I think I have to put my dehumidifier back on in this room now because we don't have the window open. But to get this size bow, I'm basically ripping this dictionary page into 4. Let's have that. And then I'm going to rip it in half again, so it's like an 1/8 of a page. And this is what's going to be our bow, is the top bit, and this is going to be this bit and then the tails. Okay, so we want to make our bow. Could be a little bit more generous with the back. Then we fold it over. That. And then you just sort of crunch, because that's what will make it look like a bow, is if it's just a little bit crunched and pinched in the middle. Don't worry about this bit, you can glue this bit down. So once you've crunched it, that's when you start finessing this bit. And the back, you're going to be sticking this down flat. So really don't worry about the back, because you can always fold in anything that sticks out at the back. You want to kind of finesse it, crunch it with your fingers. That's why I've got dirty fingers, because it's watercolour. If I'd done it with acrylics, it probably wouldn't be, but I just sort of, that's what I had to hand, and then you would dry quick. So that's your bow shape. Nice and squished down. You could dry brush it again with a different, you know, like you could go over it again with something else. So now you've got this second half of your quarter of page, and this is going to get divided into 3. Which way am I going to do it? Do it here, and this bit's going to like go for the centre bit now. So you've got that. The centre, we're going to get gluing. I don't know what that is that I've just dropped on the floor. It's not my peg. Pop that on. I'm going to wrap this round. You can have a little bit of a tension to it so that it is sort of, you know, it feels like it's cinching in that ribbon like you do when you tie a bow. It's up to you how wide you are, you know, how wide this bit is. It could be wider, but I'm okay. Okay, that wide that is. Then I just trim it off. Put peg on it, put it to one side. So now we're left with this bit. I'm going to cut it in half. We're going to put a hem on our ribbon on each side. I'm not being very precise with the way I'm folding it. It really doesn't matter. If there's some bits that are a bit, you know, it's a bit wider at the bottom, that's actually better. You can be more intentional about that. Trim it. Go, and then you're sort of making some tails like that. Add that on. I'm going to suggest you leave the tails long, because for the journal, I can get the journal back, I trimmed the tails down. So if you leave the tails long while you put them in your stash, then when you actually put them in situ, you can decide how long you want the bows to be. This is actually how I decorate some of my Christmas presents at Christmas. I kind of stopped buying Christmas wrapping paper that you can't recycle. So I tend to have brown paper, or a brown paper that's got like some printing on that, you know, won't destroy the world. And I just make paper bows with the other stuff that you know needs to be used up but is difficult to recycle, so that it lasts a lot longer. Or I might use the same ribbon and have like the colour on the colour, and it just, instead of buying plastic ribbon, it's nice just to make paper bows. So there we go. Should I do it another time? Let's do it another time. So we've got our quarter, and we're ripping it in half again. And we are going to fold it over like that. Bring in our centre bit. So you can even start crunching it up at that point if you wanted. It's just the general idea is that you just have to crunch it up. At some point it's going to get crunched up. And it wouldn't, I don't think it matters. There we go. Crunch it up, flatten it down, making your bow shape. Now we want the little bit that goes in the middle. Chop that bit off. Go. Put that there. Glue that in. How's your day been? I've had yet more internet technology hassles. I still haven't got that email. I tried something that a colleague did and that worked, and that didn't work, and I didn't have enough time to sit on a helpline, you know, waiting to be picked up, because I had like 4 clients and I can do my clients. So it's just the follow-up emails that I'm worried about. So I kind of just sort of pushed through. And I think it's probably going to be like that all week, really, and into next week, and eventually it'll get sorted out. And that once I sort of reconciled myself to that, I've become a lot less stressed about it. So that's what I'm going to do. My two are talking, I'm sorry. I've left the door open because we haven't got the heating on yet and the house is cold, and I don't want to, this is the coldest room. I need to bring my little radiator up. We've suddenly got in this country, and if you're from the UK, tell me what your weather's like, which is probably a British pastime, discussing the weather. I've not called my mum to see what her weather's like. See this bit, because this bit's a bit wide, I'm just gonna crunch it like you would do with a ribbon. So yeah, tell me what your weather's like, because it just got very cold very quickly here. So I've had had a blanket over my knee, and then like it got to lunchtime and the box, it was in our porch, which is in the UK, well, up north they're called vestibules. It's just a little room at the beginning of your house. It is like an airlock, really. It's not like an American type porch that's all nice and lovely wrapped round or at the front of your house. So this box had been with the radiator in because it was heavy. It'd been sat in the porch. There's another one. Let's do one more and then you'll be very clear. So half. Let's do a different colour. Let's do a different colour. What have we got? Got pinkies. So if you wanted to make it bigger, obviously you use a bigger piece of paper. Let's do one big one. Let's do a big pink one. I don't know where I would use such a thing, but so we've got half for the bow, and then it's really obvious what we're doing. Folding that in. You can do these corners now. So what was I saying? Yeah, I just got to lunchtime and I was like, I don't care. I'm getting that. I'm going to get that radiator out and sort it out and plug it in instead of putting the whole heating on. And it did actually warm up the lounge quite, because the lounge is a much bigger room than this, and it warmed the lounge up. But yeah, I need some firewood chopping. I think that's what we need. So I've got some coal still from last year. What am I doing here now, Lindsay? Gonna go that way, or do we want short? I think I want short ones. Yeah, so let's use this. Just doing the middle bit. You can even quilt if it's a bit bigger. Scrunch this bit up as well, like a ribbon would be. They're not perfectly flat. So yeah, I got that, and it was a lot warmer. I still needed my blanket on. was a bit shocked to the system. Apparently it's going to be like that tomorrow. It's going to be windy tomorrow. So that might be a good day because it looks like it's going to rain. I'll check the weather. I dry my washing as much as possible outside because I love the smell of that. I hate winter. We don't use a tumble dryer. Shock horror if you're from a country that uses tumble dryers. But we don't use a tumble dryer. I'll do. This is more similar size to what I put on my Christmas presents. So yeah, I want to dry a load of washing, and the weekend, I think we're going to have like this massive storm hitting at the weekend, which is a bit of a bummer because I wanted to like get a load of the heavy stuff washed and dried before the cold weather sits in. But hey ho, we'll get there. Which way do I want that? I want that like that. There we go. I think this is going to be a quick one. That's alright. We can have quick ones. Now, where are we going to go here? I think it doesn't have to be that long. That can be like that. Let's have a look. We've got a selection of colours. I think you should know how to do it. I mean, it's very easy. It's not origami or anything. But it's just that sort of, if all you have is book pages or even magazine pages, different colour magazine pages, I think that, you know, this is acceptable. If that's all you've got, you can make something nice. You could do, that was a paper clip that fell on the floor, but you could make a covered paper clip. You know, using it as an embellishment. You could stick it on a clothes peg. You know, have them on a string, all aligned like little sweet bows. They look quite nice. And they are basically free. So there you go. Let me tell you about the giveaway. If you don't already know, I'm doing a giveaway. All you have to do is subscribe. So if you're new, please hit that subscribe button. Like and comment on this video and any other video running up to the beginning of November when the draw will happen. I'm doing this as a worldwide giveaway. You will win this junk journal and slow stitch advent calendar that will be eventually full of presents even for Christmas Day. This is a small bound sewn journal that's quite nice, and there'll be all kinds of other bits and pieces. So join that giveaway. Also, I will be soon launching my Etsy shop, and I will have only 5 of these advent calendars, and this gives you a little bit of an idea of what the small one will look like, but the presents will be the same, they'll just be smaller. But they'll all sort of stick so that when you stand up, you'll be able to take them off, and they'll have little what day it is and such and such. But you've got a big journal. This will be for Christmas Day. It's a big journal made completely from scratch. There is a strawberry pincushion. Have a look at my other videos. Strawberry pincushion is something we do on Slow Stitch Sundays. We do slow stitching on Slow Stitch Sundays, and that was one of the things we made. I think that might have even been, was that the first thing we made? I think that might have been my first slow stitch. That's a meditation, slow stitch meditation scroll, or a mindfulness scroll, or a message scroll. It can be whatever you want. It's a vintage cotton reel with some fabric on it, and then there's bits in all of this that you can use to add to that scroll. So yeah, this will be, it's a bit spendy. It's going to be £60 plus your postage and packaging. That's purely because the amount of work that's gone into it. And I'm not even paying myself minimum wage there. But that's okay. I want to do it. I think I would love people to have things like that in your house. I know that's something I would want, and I might even look out for. I'm doing a swap, so that might be my one. And we'll open it as we do December daily, because it looks like I am managing to do almost daily videos. I'm so loving it. This began as let's do Junk Journal July, and I've always wanted to do the YouTube thing, and I tried, and then I didn't have time or energy, and now my circumstances have changed because my job's changed, and I was like, yeah, do it. And it's just turned into this thing, and I love it. So, welcome. If you're new, subscribe, hit that like button, comment for a chance to win the lovely advent calendar, and just let me know who you are and where you're from. I've so enjoyed finding out where people are from. It's been lovely. It's been really lovely. Yeah, I'd like to know more. Okay, I'm gonna go and throw some dinner together for the fam. And I hope to see you tomorrow, where I think we might be working in a journal again. I'll have a look at my list and a little think. Okay, lovelies, I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.